Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat. Here I am today covering Toonami's ratings from February 1st, 2020. With 62% of precincts reporting, let's start at the top of the block. My Hero Academia pulls in a .31 this week. You have Dr. Stone at a .23, Sword Online World of the Underworld at a .21, Fire Force's Finale at a .21, Food Wars at a .20, Demon Slayer at a .21, Black Clover at a .18, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Vento Arreo at a .14, Naruto Shippuden at a .14, The Promised Neverland at a .12, and Attack on Titan at a .12. Overall, this was still a very solid week for the block, although I'll say there were more drops, notable drops in the block than there were increases. Let's start with the top of the block, which had the best increase. My Hero Academia, for the first time on Toonami, hitting the .3 mark at a .31. The only other shows in the last 3 or so years to hit that mark in Toonami were Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Kai, and that one odd time, Boruto. So, very high company right there, very small company right there. So, very interesting for the show. It really is holding up on the top of the block. It appears, at least for the time being, to really serve well as that show to really take the mantle from Dragon Ball Super as the high rated show to lead off the block. It's still very popularly acclaimed here in season 4. It's been around like 5-6 years or whatever at this point. It's still very popular, which is very impressive in the fast paced media world we have today. So, nothing but commendation for that. Then you have Dr. Stone at a .23. It went down 400s, but again, it went from an amazing number to just a pretty good number, too. .23 is nothing to shake at this hour. Only possible complaint is that the retention dropped. Yet again, getting about 75% retention is very impressive. Considering before that, the best we can get was Boruto sometimes getting about 70% retention. So overall, not a bad week for Dr. Stone. Then you have Sword Online, War of the Underworld, Fire Force, and Demon Slayer. They hit .21 this week. And if you look at the standings, if you look at the actual rankings, they were 18th, 19th, and 20th. I forgot the exact specific order, which show is which. Yet again, there's very few differences in the actual viewership, so might as well coin flip to get that delegate, I guess. So, virtually equal week. All of them kind of dropped a little bit, but still 2-1, especially Demon Slayer at 1:30 in the morning is impressive. It'll be interesting to see how that changes because next week Demon Slayer is at 12:30 instead. You have Food Wars kind of sandwiched in between at 1 a.m. .2, that's a very good number for 1 a.m., but a small drop nonetheless. Black Clover holding steady, .18, pretty good for that time of night. Then you have Golden Wind dropping a little bit to .14, which really isn't bad for that time of night, although it has been doing better in recent weeks. It's a bit of a step in the wrong direction. Shippuden has kind of become the staple food of the block towards the end at a .14. Not a bad rating. And then you can't really say much about Promised Neverland, Attack on Titan because they both are in reruns. So getting .12s aren't really bad considering how that part of the block was a surefire below .1 not that long ago. Overall, pretty good week for the block in Toonami. Next week, there will be a different schedule. That being Fire Force is just already ended this past Saturday. So to replace it, we'll have Demon Slayer move up an hour to 1:30, Fire Force stay at 1, and then every show after that spot. So Black Clover, Golden Wind, Shippuden, Promised Neverland, and Attack on Titan shifting up 30 minutes, with the block ending at 4 in the morning this time instead of 4:30. So they're actually, if you're looking at it in terms of pure substitution, there's no new shows coming in. It's going to be a little bit of a block contraction. First we've had in a few months. So, what do you guys feel about that contraction? What do you guys are feeling about this ratings? What do you guys are feeling about Demon Slayer being finally put up earlier in the block to 12:30? What are your opinions on that? I love reading them. If you like this content, if you want more Toonami news, Toonami ratings content like this, please like this video, please subscribe and hit that notification button. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.